Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 880. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Connor. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
What's up, Chris?
What's going on?
All right, guys, so something went weird with the Zoom, and I thought we did 3 Real Whovians, so I'm going to have to look into that and find out what happened to that. But in the meantime, we finally got Connor here to explain some things to us about that fake list in Series 10. So what do you got, Connor?
Oh yeah, that fake list is definitely fake, as Matt Gatiss put, while piss taking out of the guy that made the list by saying that he didn't spell his name right, which is true because he didn't spell his name right. The thing about this list is that, to me, it looks like the story ideas in the list are pretty accurate. Maybe because of the new information that we've had since that list, maybe the episode order is wrong, but the stories are pretty much accurate. For example, Missy is going to probably be in maybe 2 episodes, maybe 1. I think she's probably going to be in 1, actually, because I have a feeling she'll regenerate. And that's either 6 or 7. Okay. We know that since yesterday. I'm positive we're going to get a Angels finale because of what happened at the end of Class. That's got to have some implication on the main series. That's like the biggest bit of foreshadowing that smacks you around the face I've ever seen, if ever there was any. Right. And I'm positive, not as much, but fairly decently positive, that there's going to be Genesis of the Cybermen, possibly 2-parter, maybe 1 that's like really condensed. But I think it deserves 2 parts. Yeah, I think the story ideas in that list are pretty accurate, but the titles are totally wrong. And also, they put Stephen Moffat as writing the last 3.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
I'm pretty certain, for sure, from what I've heard now, that episode 10 is actually being written by Peter Harness, who wrote Kill the Moon and the Zygon 2-parter in Series 9.
Wonderful.
Apparently, he's definitely writing for the series, and apparently it's episode 10, so he's going to be the one leading into the finale. So whether that
I'll have the booze ready for that one.
Yeah, get your alcohol ready, because the Doctor's shoes are sentient, and his pajamas talk to him. So I mean, I can't wait to see what this one's about. Okay, another thing that was wrong was that Mark Gatiss is not doing Sleep No More 2, or is that not confirmed?
He's not doing Sleep No More 2, which I liked Sleep No More, but it's not. It doesn't need a sequel.
Okay.
It's like that suggestion this week that Rogue One needs a sequel.
No. Yeah.
When it just leads into A New Hope. It's just sort of a stupid suggestion to make, and it doesn't need a sequel. It won't get a sequel because I'm pretty sure that Matt Gatiss is capable of coming up with more ideas than a sequel to one that is already done. Heck, even Moffat doesn't write sequels to what he's done before. Right. In a way, there are some things that you could probably count as a sequel, but I'm not.
So this villain sucks so bad that the Doctor beat him off screen, like the Snowman, where he just took the videotape or the recording that was going to destroy the universe, and he just crushed it before anything happened.
What I like to think about Sleep No More is that it's a bit similar to Earthshock. You don't actually have a feeling that the Doctor beat them. It's just it ended there, like it ended with him pulling his eye out or whatever, and turning into dust. It was a shocking ending, and I think that's what really helped the episode. It was a brilliant episode. I would categorically say it was Matt Gatiss's best.
Wow.
In the entire 10 years that he's written for this show.
Wow.
It's the best. It was the ending was just incredibly shocking, and I've heard people say that it was their favorite of series 9. It wasn't my favorite of series 9, but it was actually up there. Thinking about it, just because it was the audacity of the idea to have a found footage episode of Doctor Who,
right,
like that, with no introduction. No, you didn't have the title sequence, if you remember. You know,
right.
The whole format was shuffled around, and it worked in a way, I thought. But it doesn't deserve a sequel, and I'm glad that Matt Gatiss said that he isn't, because I know that this rumor's been around since Moffat said he's asked him something to write one. Was it last year, like right after it aired?
Yeah.
And it was a bit ridiculous. I'm glad he's sort of shot that down.
Yeah.
Considering it might be his last. It might be his last contribution, depending on what Chibnall wants to do with him. Because I'm not sure if Gatiss is totally indispensable. I think that you could easily get rid of Gatiss and it'd be perfectly normal.
Oh, I thought he was staying. What's up, Daniel? Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
I thought Gatiss. We're doing the Whovians, Daniel.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I thought that Gatiss was staying. Wow.
I'm not totally certain he will. 10 years is a lot. And he's been around as long as Moffat has, and even Moffat is saying after this, I'm not touching this series with a barge pole.
And now you wonder why Russell T Davies didn't want to do an episode of Doctor Who after all that time. So he agrees with it.
Yeah.
It's
and
like,
Russell T Davies probably wrote more in a series than Moffat ever has, because Moffat averages about 4 episodes a series.
Right.
I remember Russell T Davies in, I think it was series 1, wrote 5 or 6.
Okay.
So he's already burning out a quarter of his ideas in one series to start the goddamn show off again. So, you know, it's 10 years is a lot of work, and I think Gatiss, if he doesn't leave, I think he needs to. But if he is leaving, I wouldn't be at all surprised. Sort of. Because I don't think he's indispensable. I think you can easily just get rid of him and it'll be all fine. He's a good actor, but yeah.
What about you, Chris? Would you be happy with Gatiss being gone or no?
Either way, I mean, as long as we get good stories, that's all I care about.
Yeah. That's what I really love about the Whovians cast, is that we don't have to agree with anything, and it's interesting for everybody to have this like a take on why the episode's great or why the episode's bad. And both of us see the episodes also, and we have different opinions of it. And this is why I love the show that we have, so we could showcase the many different ideas and opinions about the episodes. Daniel.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you like Mark Gatiss? Do you want him to stay? Did you like Sleep No More? I mean, I know we talked about this before.
It was okay. I thought it was fine. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. Just, it was meh.
Okay. So you don't really care if he stays or not?
No.
No. Okay. Now, you told me there was an article today, Connor, right? From SFX or SFX?
There was a lot of stuff coming out today, actually, about Series 10 and particularly Christmas, because it's really now you have to start marketing Christmas. I'm hoping to release a trailer by the end of the week, but knowing how they marketed Class, I'm not sure they're gonna get.
Now, a lot of people don't know, like, what your real opinion is of Class, because we haven't done like all the Class cast. So, I mean, while we're here, what do you think?
First 2 episodes were great. I know we did individual reviews on the first 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3 I didn't like that much. 4 was okay. Didn't really get into it. 5 was a bit meh. 6 was good. 7 was absolutely amazing. I know that's the
Quill episode was the best one of the season.
That was a fan favorite. 8 wasn't what was promised, because you expected people to
I know that old Doc had spoke out to me, and he said that Liz Shaw and Miss Quill look exactly like, almost very similar. You know, that was a good comparison on his part. You know, that she could be a young Liz Shaw. You know, if they were like, you know, recasting it or something like that. But do you think it would be better suited that Miss Quill strike out on her own and leave the kids behind and just go become Torchwood?
She was a good character, but I think she just sort of, I don't know. She needs to. It's hard. I think she needs to just sort of be forgotten about, really.
Miss Quill.
Yeah,
Done.
with class. Yeah.
Bury end the class.
Yeah, and just end it.
Class is over for good.
I just don't see where it can go. It's not very. It's not very good. You know, it's not very well received.
Okay. Except for the Weeping Angels appearing at the end. That was big.
Yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, it was good.
So now they talk to people, I guess, somehow. They communicate, or I mean.
Well, they've always sort of communicated, haven't they?
I guess somehow, yeah, right.
Sort of telepathically, or whatever you want to call it.
It's hard to know what Weeping Angels were getting. I mean, this one snapped a lady's neck, right, or killed her. But like, do they zap people through time, or are they just ones that are just, you know, they kill people? I mean, they both.
I prefer the Blink ones where they zap people back, but I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't know what we're gonna get either. Yeah. So, Daniel, are you happy the Weeping Angels are back?
Oh, that's exciting.
You don't watch Class, or?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with the finale with the Weeping Angels. I'd be ecstatic, actually. Connor knows. I've been dying for that. Like, anything other than Dalek, Cyberman, Master. Dalek, Cyberman, Master. It's like, you know, or everybody shows up to the party. Like, enough of that, too. You know? So, Weeping Angels, that is what I'm looking forward to if it does happen. What about now, if the genesis of the Cybermen happens, Connor, are they going to show up in the finale as well? I mean, is it going to be a big connected thing, or no Moffat?
I doubt it. If it's going to be Genesis, they're just going to want to do it as one big story on its own.
Right. And if Missy regenerates, is she going to remain female? Are they gonna grab Billy Piper and let her be like, you know, a nasty? I mean, honestly, if you ever seen Penny Dreadful, I keep telling everybody, when you see her as a villain, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You got to see it. I mean, even in clips or something.
I don't like the idea of her regenerating and she's a man in a dress for a bit, but.
Can I spoil Penny Dreadful for a second?
Yeah, go on.
Chris, you're okay with it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Daniel, you don't care, right?
Yeah.
She basically took Frankenstein and bitch slapped the shit out of Frankenstein and threw him like she's more powerful than Frankenstein. And she gave this epic Doctor Who speech, but like horror speech. And it scared the living shit out of you. If you're like, your mouth is open and she just totally kicked this Frankenstein monster's ass. Like, totally. And she's like, I'm going to fucking take over the world. What are you going to fucking do about it? And it's like, holy shit. Like, she just was like, I'm going to control all men, everything. And I'm like, me and Sharon were like this. I was like, oh my God, that's Billy Piper. That's Rose Tyler. I can't believe it. I said, after that, she has to be a villain somewhere. That was amazing. You got to see that clip, Connor. It was unbelievable. But anyway,
we'll look for it.
You think she's going to be a man again, right?
I think she'll be a man again. The thing is that I don't want to see her like regenerating. She's a man in a dress.
Yeah, that would be really weird because if especially was like Charles Dance or something.
Because if you think about it, it's the same with the doctors. They don't dress up. They don't redress themselves after they regenerate. They just walk around in what they're wearing for an episode.
Unless she does that, unless she puts on like a suit knowing she's going to regenerate or something.
She could do, yeah, but like knowing that she might appear again and it's a man in a dress, it would just be a little jarring and a little weird.
Unless they show the regeneration energy, you go out of the room, and then you see like the dress on the ground and the suit, you know, and
yeah, could be.
You know, but who do you think they could get? I mean, would it be a young master or would it be a older master?
I hope they go for same with the Doctor. I hope they keep with the slightly older sort of vibe of the show because I think it works. It's like it goes back to more classic era things, like Roger Delgado Master or something. You know.
You know how we get our hopes up with these seasons, and we talk about all these great ideas, and nothing ever happens, or
nothing ever. It's why I'm just like resigned to the fact that we're never going to get what we expect. You know,
right?
It's like who gives a fuck?
And here you weren't expected that in class. And you're like, holy shit!
Yeah, it's like you expecting people
to come out and snap the girl's neck, and it's like, oh shit!
You're expecting people in the finale to die, and apart from the headmistress, spoilers, no one dies.
Well, that's another thing. I was like, why do you got to do the classic? Oh, this is the episode that people die. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was like seriously.
But honestly, if you think about it, there's only 8 episodes, and they just killed about everybody's parents.
Yeah, we just
like the ammunition. Let's just this episode we're gonna kill this mother, this father. It's like holy crap.
I will say.
I mean, talk about dark.
I will say, more so Tanya's mum than Ram's dad. That was shocking.
Yeah, I was pissed.
That was
pissed
quite shocking. But the rest was just like, like you promised us something, and this is not what you promised.
Yeah, but the girl body swapping with the Shadow King was dumber than dumb.
That was just fucking stupid.
That was just stupid, man.
That
All right,
beyond stupid.
That was. But you know what? Unlike you, I am hopeful because I think that maybe they could have something come from the class. Like maybe they could get better. I mean, maybe it's just, you don't think so?
Well, a certain Mr. Barrowman might be putting a spanner in the works now.
For torture, right?
Because he seems to be having some mysterious meetings.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah.
And I don't know what his commitments to CW are, because he's in a load of their shows, isn't he now? Arrow, Flash, whatever.
He's in everything.
All them sorts of things. But he seems to be committed to the BBC, so I don't know what's going to go on with them.
Yeah, well, they'll allow him to do it. I mean, he's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he does like a 3-part thing or something, they'll just won't have him on for a little bit. Or maybe they'll do it when they'll film it when they're not filming Arrow and all the other shows.
Yeah.
Maybe it just works out like that. Because it doesn't like Missy, she does Gotham also, right?
Is she still in that?
I haven't watched it. I don't really know. All right. One thing, I got a Titan. Whether you like the Titans unboxing or not. So, Connor, I know, it cost me money, so, humor me. All right, so, Connor, we have our choices of the Good Man Goes to War collection. We have Vastra, the Curator, Jenny, Amy Pond of Impossible Astronaut, Rory of Wedding River Song, Mystery 11th Doctor, Dorian Moldavar, Mystery Clara. So I'll show you there right there for a second.
Right.
And then we have the 11th Doctor. I guess that's from Snowmen. Idris, 11th Doctor. I guess that's from Wedding River Song. And then you got Canton Delaware III, River Song, Mystery Amy Pond, Clara, and Mystery Rory. What do you choose, sir?
I'll say Mystery Clara.
Okay.
Because you seem to be a lot of Claras, don't you? So.
This set, we keep getting the same Clara over and over and over again. I think I got 4 of her. Yeah. All right. So, Chris.
I'm going to go with the Curator.
But hold on a second. I can't see properly. 1 second.
All right. Hold on. I was zooming on. Okay.
The one in the middle.
Who was that?
The Curator. Or was that already?
All right. You can pick whoever you want. All right. I'm going to choose Dorian Molvar. Let's go.
Why is the box heavier than normal?
No,
It's Clara. It's gonna be Clara.
Well, feels a little. Oh!
Ooh.
All right.
There you go.
I don't got him. Yes. Rory. That is awesome. Finally something. Yeah.
When was Rory dressed like that?
In the Wedding River song.
I can't remember most
He
of
was
it.
a soldier, and the Silence were going to kick his ass, remember?
Wasn't that finale really bad? Like, you probably liked it because I know you're a fan of River and Matt Smith and all that. But
Yeah. I know. I know.
Well, yeah, I can't remember.
All right. I'm so glad that I'm not going to get beat up now for having the same tape. Why are you playing the tape? No, I'm kidding. But no, yeah, thank God. All right. Right on the fridge, Rory's going to go. There you go. All right. Anything else, Doctor Who? Oh, I saw an article where Russell T. Davis, I guess, and Brian Minchin, they were saying that Brian Minchin was mostly saying that he regrets ending Sarah Jane.
This is why I think he'll bring Torchwood back, because he put Torchwood on hold indefinitely.
He's the one.
He's the one that did it, so he can just say, I regret ending Sarah Jane, but because Liz Sladen unfortunately passed away.
How could you continue it?
How could you continue it? Let's bring Torchwood back.
But why is he against Torchwood? Because it failed when he did it, and he don't want nobody to make it a success, or
I don't think he particularly hates Torchwood. Actually, I think he loves it. I think he does adore Torchwood as his own sort of thing.
Right.
It's just that maybe he just couldn't find a reason to bring it back. But after Class, you just thought you gotta go with the spin off you trust.
But do you think it's a thing that he just that's his baby? He don't want nobody to do it but him. I mean, it could be that too.
Well, the thing is that Chibnall actually did most of Torchwood, not Russell.
Okay.
So with Chibnall leading Doctor Who from next year, not next year, year after. I'm thinking we're in 2017.
Yeah, I know. You almost,
yeah. You almost think that maybe because he's there as head, that there's sort of some influence to bring Torchwood back, and maybe have someone that Chibnall and Russell trust to lead it.
You know that if he doesn't get it accomplished, he's going to come back and he's going to say flat out who's stopping it, right? Or he's going to say something that's going to cause waves like he did. I guess they thought Martha was stopping it at one point.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, it's not me. Like, he's going to flip John Barrowman if he can't get it done. Like, he'll definitely say something. He's not going to hide that either.
Yeah, I think Barrowman has a pretty decent argument to bring it back. Myself, I don't know what the BBC...
I would think, honestly, because the thing sucked so bad, Miracle Day, that you have to bring it back.
Mm.
I would be like, that's like besides Doctor Who, that's like the number one thing that they should do, because they lost a lot of shows like Top Gear and all that crap. So they need to populate the channels with good stuff that's the ratings are gonna go through the roof. So yeah, bring Torchwood back. I would think, but then again, I don't know. I don't run things, and I don't know how things work over there.
Miracle Day was terrible, but
yeah,
Torchwood, you can still make it really good. You know, it's like Doctor
Dude, when I heard that line, I almost threw up. Where he actually mentioned the Doctor.
Yeah.
He's like, Doctor has companions. You want to be my companion? I'm like, no! I'm like, oh God, no! No! What is going on here? So no, I can't have that again.
Yeah.
Thank God people in America at the time didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Until Doctor was afterwards. Yeah, it was, okay. All right. Anything else?
What about what was said about Nardole?
Yes. Okay. What's your honest opinion of Nardole? You.
I thought, fucking hell, like when he was first announced, like Jesus, really? But
I didn't want to believe you or Louis. I thought you guys were fucking with me, like total.
Actually, since then, Moffat has said the right things. He's saying that he's a layered character. He's more sly and intelligent than he appears. There's a lot of layers to him. He's going to be quite. I think he said
he's not going to explain shit, is he?
He's not going to explain shit, but
he ain't going to explain shit why he got his head back, right, Chris?
I don't think he's going to. No,
he ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do shit.
But
that's going to be a problem.
But Moffat was saying things like Matt Smith is going to play it. Matt Lucas is going to play it completely straight in parts. He's going to be very serious. He's going to be.
But I still want. We want an explanation. Why can't you just give us what we effing want? Because if you explain how he can get his head back, then bring Dorian Moldovar back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
I've heard some people.
His head.
I have heard, since this quote came out today, I have heard some people saying Nardole is going to be the next Wilf. Because from what I remember, when Wilf appeared in Voyage of the Damned, he was majorly underrated. Like, people weren't expecting greatness from him. And since then, Wilf has become like a show hero. People love Wilf. People would die for Wilf. You know, it's like really sort of a big...
They might like Wilf better than Donna in some cases.
Yeah, exactly. Wilf is like the hero. Like, Donna is great and all that, but Wilf is like the main guy.
Like, he mounts off to the Master, and the Master didn't even like kill him.
Yeah.
And this starts telling him a freaking story and shit. I'm like, wow. So that was great.
The saying he might turn out to be like another Wilf, you know.
I hope so.
And people really love him and like how intelligent he is and like, you know, how he fits into the story. You know,
but like, wasn't he worked for River?
Yeah, he worked for River.
All the time. That was her main guy?
Yeah, he was like the I can't remember much of Husbands. I liked it, but I just can't remember much of it.
So, in other words, he supposedly he stays with River for the whole length of the night in the Singing Towers. And then when she goes off, does her thing, he just, like, Nardole just goes with him?
Well, Peter Capaldi said that it starts off where Nardole is just traveling with the Doctor, so presumably Nardole left Delirium with him.
Right. In other words, like, River probably asked him to fix Nardole back, and he probably's like, okay.
I can imagine River probably saying, you know what, take Nardole with you. You know, he sort of wants an adventure. He probably might deserve it, you know.
That would make sense.
That, you know, it's sort of like on her request, maybe.
Yeah.
That he's there. But he's been described as like an Alfred to the Doctor's Batman. You know, it's a bit like he's a butler. But we'll see. I'm actually pretty confident about it now. I wasn't at first, but Moffat said the right things and he's convinced me that Nardole might be a good addition to the TARDIS team.
Moffat tries to convince us when we should have barbecue with that Doctor Who, and after that, I don't know. Yeah. but all right. Last thing on this cast, the Christmas special. Is it going to be a success or not? And I'll go with Chris.
I don't really know too much about it, to tell you the truth. I think we need to wait for another trailer.
Okay. Daniel?
No, I got nothing to add.
Yeah, okay. And Connor, you think it's going to be good, or?
All Christmas specials do fairly well. This one I'm pretty confident about after Husband, because Husband shocked me in the quality. I thought it was actually really good. So I'll say it'll be a success.
I think it's going to be a success too, and I think that I'm just going to fear the fact that we're going to have an emoji monster.
I don't know.
In series 10.
I don't know, like Doctor Who with superheroes. I'm not sure how that'll work, unless it's all a dream.
It's not a dream. Did you read what happens, Joe?
With what?
Like, Peter Capaldi literally revealed the entire storyline of how that guy becomes a superhero.
Oh, so explain it. You want to explain it to us?
Yeah. The Doctor meets Grant, is his name, as a kid, 25 years before the events of the return of Doctor Mysterio, which is why it's called the return of Doctor Mysterio, because it's the return of Doctor Who from the perspective of the superhero because he's met
Because
him
he's a
before.
mystery to him. So he's Dr. Mysterio, the doctor.
and he's met him before. It's a bit like, what was that episode where there was an episode that was similar where the Doctor Love and
Monsters.
Yeah, it was a bit like that, which is not great, not a great start, but you know.
Let's just say Amelia, then Amy, and do it like that. How about that?
Yeah. So he meets him 25 years earlier, and he accidentally gives him superpowers in one form or another. And he's got really basic sort of things where it's like super strength, X-ray vision, you know, all of those cheesy.
Wait. How do you accidentally give somebody superpowers without knowing it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
So he's gonna probably take the powers away from him, I'm sure.
It depends I suppose it depends what Grant as a character wants, because he's a father. And one thing Peter Capaldi did say was that he has a baby monitor attached to his belt at the back of his cape. So, and wherever he is, whether he's saving a person or whatever, when that baby monitor goes off and the kid starts crying, he immediately goes back home, whatever the situation.
So the baby is alone in the house?
It's a bit like that film, The Incredibles, where you've got the baby and the family are superheroes, whatever. You know, it's a really fucking weird mix. You know, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be great, actually.
Okay.
Watching this on Christmas Day.
Very good. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye for now.